I rise today in support of my resolution, H.Con.Res 364, recognizing June as National Caribbean American Heritage Month. This resolution acknowledges the important contributions of Caribbean Americans, which Caribbean Americans have made to our nation's history. Let me begin by thanking Chairman Waxman of the Oversight and Government Reform Committee and Ranking Member Mr. Tom Davis for helping to bring this bipartisan resolution to the floor today. I also want to thank Congressman Danny Davis for his tremendous leadership on the subcommittee and for his support of this bill. I would like to also recognize all of our colleagues, and there are so many of our colleagues here on both sides of the aisle who have worked on issues related to the Caribbean for many, many years. I'd like to acknowledge the Institute for Caribbean Studies and all other Caribbean American organizations that work to make Caribbean American Heritage Month a great success. As a longtime supporter of the Caribbean and a frequent visitor to the region, I was very proud to see us celebrate this important commemorative month for the third year this year. Since the resolution's initial passage by Congress in 2006, the President has issued a proclamation recognizing Caribbean American Heritage Month in June 2006, 2007, and 2008. People of Caribbean heritage reside in every part of our country. Since 1820, millions of people have immigrated from the Caribbean region to the United States. Throughout United States history, we have been fortunate to benefit from countless individuals of Caribbean descent who have contributed to American government, politics, business, art, education, and culture, including one of my personal sheroes, the Honorable, our beloved, the late Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm. Shirley Chisholm was a woman of Bajan and Guyanese descent who never forgot her roots in the Caribbean. She was the first African-American woman elected to Congress and the first woman and first African-American to run for president. My political involvement actually began as a volunteer during her historic presidential campaign in 1972. Through her mentorship, she saw my interest in addressing issues of importance to the African diaspora, both here in the United States and abroad, including the Caribbean and in Africa. In addition to Shirley Chisholm, during Caribbean American Heritage Month, we also recognize people like Alexander Hamilton, Hazel Scott, Sidney Poitier, Wyclef Jean, Eric Holder, Colin Powell, Harriet Belafonte, Celia Cruz, and of course our colleagues, Daughters of the Caribbean, Congresswoman Donna Christensen, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, and many others who helped shape this country and continue to work on each and every issue related to U.S. Caribbean affairs. These colleagues of ours, they are making a remarkable mark on the leadership which they bring to every issue as it relates to not only our domestic policy but our foreign policy. So they should be recognized and honored each and every day, as well as during June of every year. Caribbean American Heritage Month also provided an opportunity for us to strengthen our long-term partnership with CARICOM through greater dialogue and engagement. From disaster preparedness, education, and the campaign against HIV and AIDS and other health disparities, trade and aid and development, we share a number of mutual policy interests with our Caribbean neighbors. For example, last month, we were able to address these important issues relating to the Caribbean through the Institute for Caribbean Studies Caribbean American Legislative Forum held right here on Capitol Hill. And I have to take a moment and thank a member of my staff, Nicole Miller. She's a daughter of St. Lucia, for her very effective staff work on this bill and many of our legislative efforts related to the Caribbean. In addition, the Caribbean People International Collective, Inc. held a roundtable discussion on health in the immigrant community. This event promoted goals and ideals of National Caribbean American HIV/AIDS awareness. Most recently, this year's global rise in food costs keenly affected the people of the Caribbean, particularly our friends in Haiti. The crisis highlighted the need for re-engagement and opened the door for innovative policy solutions. Under the extraordinary leadership of the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, Congresswoman Carolyn Cheeks Kilpatrick, members of Congress visited Haiti to come back with recommendations to address the emerging food crisis in Haiti, and it is a crisis. Last month, CARICOM heads of state held their New York conference on the Caribbean under the theme. May I have an additional minute, please?
I yield the gentlewoman an additional 1 minute.
Gentlewoman's recognized for an additional minute.
Thank you very much. As I was saying, last month, CARICOM heads of state held their New York conference on the Caribbean under the theme, A 2020 Vision, where they met with regional policymakers, the academic community, private sectors, and financial institutions, as well as members of the Caribbean diaspora, to better integrate policy interests between the United States and the Caribbean. H.Con.Res 364 promotes the importance of recognizing that our policies in the Caribbean affect us here in the United States. Caribbean American Heritage Month reminded us of the large and diverse constituencies of Caribbean Americans in our nation and provided an opportunity to send a message of goodwill to the Caribbean community both here and abroad. This month also provided an opportunity to celebrate and share in the rich history and culture of our Caribbean neighbors through showcases of Caribbean art, festivals, concerts, and film. As an example, in my own district in Oakland, the Caribbean American Association of Northern California celebrated the rich cultural heritage of the Caribbean through a musical concert and family day picnic. They also hosted the second annual Caribbean American Heritage. May I have another 30 seconds?
Yield the gentlewoman another 30 seconds,
The
please.
gentlewoman is recognized.
Thank you for yielding. I just want to conclude by recognizing once again activities in my district. The second annual Caribbean American Heritage Legacy Award honoring the contribution of Caribbean Americans. And here, of course, in Washington, D.C., the Caribbean Carnival hosted their annual carnival parade that drew more than 300,000 participants. So just as we commemorate the achievements of the many diverse communities in our nation, the United States government should encourage all people to celebrate the rich history and diversity of Caribbean Americans. Thank you again for yielding for the time, for your leadership, and for supporting this bill. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The gentleman from Virginia.